Okay, so now for another round of solving inequalities, putting a little different spin on some of the items. The first one, what's different about it, it's already in what we called our standard form, right? A x minus 8 squared plus k. So we actually know what the vertex is. In previous examples, it didn't really matter. It still doesn't matter, but we do take note that we're in that form. My A is negative 1/3. So I do know that I have a parabola that's opening downwards. And so the next item up for bid is to solve for our intercepts. So we're going to take negative 1/3, x minus 1 squared, plus 12, and set it equal to 0. So basically to solve this one, let's get everything around x by itself. So I'll subtract 12 from both sides. Negative 1/3 x minus 1 squared equals negative 12. If I multiply both sides by negative 3, right, the 3's will cancel out here, and that'll leave us with x minus 1 squared equals 36. So to solve for x, I'm now going to take a square root, introduce a plus minus. Let me bring this a little higher. So we end up with x minus 1 equals plus or minus 6. So adding 1 to both sides, x is 1 plus or minus 6. So if it's plus, we get 7/0. If it's minus, we get negative 5/0. So I now know my parabola is opening down. I know where I'm crossing the x-axis, so I can come over to a sketch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, there's where I'm crossing the x-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where I'm crossing that. If you wanted to, we know the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We know the vertex is at 112. Again, it's not totally necessary, but if we have that detail, we might as well put that on there just to practice. So our graph basically looks like this. All right, and so the inequality, we are greater than or equal to 0. So y is greater than or equal to 0. So we're basically above the x-axis. All right, and we're also allowed to be equal to. So the intercepts, what we're equal to, are part of the solution, and I'm above the x-axis over here. So again, we're talking about everything in between. So our solution would be negative 5 to 7. And so that is how we would settle up letter A. For the next one, again, our function is given. Our A is equal to 1. So for this particular function, we know that we're a parabola that's opening upwards, right, based off of the information that I can see. In terms of the x-intercepts, if I set this equal to 0, right, we can, I think this one actually factors, right? Oops, turn something on that I didn't want on. We get x minus 2 times x minus 2. All right, and so we basically have x minus 2 squared. All right, and so we only have one x-intercept. So since we only have one x-intercept and I have a parabola, that must mean that when I go graph this parabola, the x-intercept is serving as the vertex. And so there's basically a quick sketch of this particular graph. Now we're wanting to find when we are less than 0, right? So if we put that together, right, that means that y is less than 0, which means we are below the x-axis. And we can see that right now everything is above the x-axis, and we're only touching it at one spot. So we are never, ever, ever below the x-axis. So what happens for something when it's never true? Well, we have a name for that. We say that there's no solution in this case, right? There are no values of x that are ever going to make this expression less than 0, because graphically it's always above the x-axis. And so there you go. All right, for the next one, the slight wrinkle that I put in this one is the fact that there's a fraction in front of it, but have no fear, we can handle that. Again, I see that my A is less than 0, so I have a parabola that's opening downwards. In terms of my x-intercepts, I'm going to set this equal to 0. And I think the best thing to do at this juncture is to multiply both sides by -3. What that's going to do, as we've seen in the past, is clear the fractions. So we end up with, looks like positive 4x squared minus 12x plus 9, and then anything times 0 is 0. And taking a hard look at this, this is a perfect square trinomial. So it's going to factor as 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3, or 2x minus 3 squared. So this means that, again, like the one above, we're only crossing at one location. We only have an x-intercept at 3/2, 0, and I'm opening down. So if we were to graph this, this now means that at 1.5, right, that's going to basically be the vertex, and the graph is basically on its way down. I meant to change color, sorry about that. All right, and since we want to know when we are greater than or equal to 0, this means that we're either above the x-axis or the equality allows us to be on the x-axis. So there's the point where we're on it. So this is a weird solution set, right? We don't have an interval. We just have one discrete number. And so the solution to this inequality would be 3/2. So kind of a weird wrinkle there, right, with the last two. One where we have no solution after our sketch, nothing satisfies the inequality. And then for this one, we just have one that satisfies the inequality. One thing that's common is that they both, right, have only one x-intercept. And because of that, they can only have one solution, all right? Or excuse me, they can only, there's only, so no solution or one solution, or potentially everything depending on where we're at, okay? So we'll probably see some of those more later, all right? I think, wow, we're at the 7-minute mark. I've talked too much, right? Let me move on to the next video. Talk to you guys soon.